And it's your guy, CK, and this is episode 3 of The Face of Black Love. So, we've had a pretty amazing day. We went to the beach. We actually got in the water as cold as it was. We got in the water. We fill up our vessels with ocean water so we could come back and do some of all that powerful manifestation and harness that energy of yin and yang. And so yeah, we just here feeling the vibe, and it's just something about getting in the ocean. And I know it was cold, but once I got past the cold on my feet, hi Priscilla, how are you? How you been, beloved? So it's something about when you get in the ocean, you actually put your body in the ocean is cleansing. So when you natural sea salt of negative energy. So anytime, hi Cindy, it's Cindy LeBron. Hi Cindy. Anytime you put your body, your soul, really you want to put in there into the ocean, you get a powerful, powerful cleanser of negative energy. So I feel great right now. I feel like I released a lot of stuff in that ocean after I got in and I started to get up to my thigh high in there. I started to feel really, really good. And so I got lots of ocean water. So I'm going to be doing some powerful manifestation, prosperity, abundance, and growth as we embrace this new year, because y'all know we are trying to not only grow our business and hire more people, but we are trying to obtain land. So that's our next goal on the Copper Vibration, I guess, platform, and we're gonna do that land under Copper Vibration. So that's gonna be pretty cool. In the hope of in the future adding more to the land and offering that to other people. Hi, Gina. Hey, Gina.
We in the
How
tunnel
are
right
you?
now.
We're in the tunnel right now, so hopefully I'm not breaking up. Hopefully it's still coming across clear to you guys. But what we really wanted to talk about today is love in season. So just as you have seasons, if you can still hear me, go ahead and give me a thumbs up or give me a heart or something to let me know that you all can still hear me, because we are riding through a tunnel at this moment. So let me know if you all can still hear me by giving me a thumbs up or heart. Yes. Okay, great. Perfect. That's really good. We can hear us through the tunnel. You better go, Metro PPS. Okay. So love goes through seasons, right? What is those seasons? There's the arm rest. It's like gone. My arms need something to sit on.
Summer, fall, winter, spring.
Okay. Summer, fall, winter, spring. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, my brother. Summer, fall, winter, and spring.
Is that the order it goes?
Well, I mean, it depends on what you want to talk about. You can say
No. What's the order
winter,
do?
spring.
What's the order do? The
spring,
no.
summer, fall, winter.
Spring,
I guess.
summer, fall, winter.
Yeah.
So fall comes before winter work.
Yes. It does. So, CK, this was his idea, his topic suggestion. So I'm gonna let him lead the way, and then I'll just interject as I'm able.
Well, yeah, the seasons is what we go through as far as in life, as far as relationships. Summer is a good time. Spring is the best time. New life, new love. You know, things is blooming. The birds are singing. Everybody is everything
New
is
romance.
amazing. Yeah. What? Yeah, spring is like great. Uh, Summer is good. Fall is right before winter, so that's when you.
Summer is good. So summer can get a little hot. You know what I mean? But sometimes you need that heat in a relationship, whether it's hot in the bedroom or whether it's just the heat of trial and everyday adversity. You need that heat to kind of help you grow and to help you push forward. Okay, go ahead, Paul.
Yeah, fall is leaving summer and going into winter, and when things start to get cold, things start to die, the leaves falling off the trees. Things is like that's the beginning
on Pretty Colors first.
Yeah, but it's the beginning of the bad time.
So, right when fall starts, the leaves begin to turn pretty colors, and a lot of people like it because it's in between that. It's not so cold and it's not too hot. But then some people start feeling down because the season started changing, the weather, and the days get shorter. But like that beginning of fall, we all loving it. And then right when it starts to get to the middle, towards the end of fall, we're like, oh,
Then winter, everything is dead, cold, snowing,
dark.
storming. A blizzard can come through in winter.
Icy.
Yeah, icy, frozen over, cold, just cold. And if you're in a relationship and you're in winter, that means y'all are cold to each other. Y'all probably not warming up to each other. Y'all probably not being intimate. Y'all not touching each other. Just cold, cold, cold souls.
You just stuck in that rut where you can't really stand your mate. Everything they say or do starts to irritate you. You don't really want to be in the same room with them or in the same little space. It feels like their energy is just covering your space. That is the winter, and it's really cold. It's hard to warm up to them. It's virtually impossible because you're stuck in that mindset that I'm extremely dissatisfied with you right now, and I'm extremely unhappy.
Yes. So those are the seasons that relationships go through. And at some point in time, you will find yourself in winter. You cannot avoid it. You could prolong it, but one day you're gonna look up, and you'll be like, "This mother, this is like I'm cold. Like we cold. We ain't right, bro.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, but yeah, yeah. Never be cold. Never be froze. And if you do find yourself in winter, it's different things you can do to get out of winter. You don't have to stay in winter. You don't have to live in the South Pole. The North Pole. Which one's cold? You don't have to live in the North Pole. You can actually move to a more warmer climate. In your relationship, you can move your relationship to a more warmer climate. But it takes two. It takes two people to do it. But my suggestion and my philosophy to make a relationship work is, I say this all the time, to make a relationship work, you, the person who's listening, has to do everything they can to make their mate happy. That's it. I have to do everything I can to make my wife happy. Now,
He's better at it than me.
I want her to do everything she can to make me happy. But, but that doesn't mean she don't do it. But that don't matter. I have to do everything I can to make her happy because that's what I can control. That's what I can do. So when she makes me unhappy, I don't want to turn around and try to make her unhappy. Why? Because that's moving into winter. That's moving into a cold climate where we both being cold to each other. But if she makes me unhappy and I try hard to make her happy, maybe I could warm her up and so she can try to make me back happy. But I can only do what I can only do. So during the relationship, I'm gonna do everything I can to make her happy. Period. Until the relationship is over.
When should you not try to make your mate happy? Is there a time where the relationship is just like you shouldn't give anymore or you shouldn't try anymore? One time I can think off the top of my head is abuse, but when is another time you shouldn't try other than abuse? Because I don't think you can really, for someone who's being abusive to you, especially physically and psychologically, I don't think there's anything you can do to make them happy because that's an extreme displeasure with themselves and a lack of self love within themselves.
If you're being abused, I say get out of the relationship. Period.
Now,
But if you're in a relationship and you're not being abused, then do all you can to make them happy. And if you can't do all you can to make them happy, then leave the relationship. Don't play with it. Just let it go. Just let it go. It's not worth it. Y'all relationship can be happy if choose to be. Too often we choose to live in winter. We actually create igloos and we cut out we cut out we can't wait to be
We
cold.
set up camp
Set up camp.
in the cold.
Can't wait till he come home. Or I can't wait till I see her. I won't let her know. Like I just can't wait. Like somebody trying to watch sports or play games, you trying to turn it off or change it. You
I know what I do. Sometimes when we in winter, and we've been in winter probably maybe 2 or 3 times in this 3.5 years, almost 4 years, we've been in winter where it's just really cold. Everything I say and do is getting on his nerves. Everything he say and do is getting on my nerves. And it's just like, ah. Like, I remember even in the very beginning, we were both checking ourselves like, wait a minute. Did we make the right decision? Was this an intelligent decision? But what I tend to do a lot of times when we're in winter, I set up my own little fire. And that's not right because I set up my own little fire, my own little campfire, and it's just big enough for me. And no, you can't have none of my warmth because this is just enough for me. And a lot of times we do that. If we don't set up our own little igloo, and we're going to be cold and lonely in our cold and lonely little shells, then, we're setting up our own personal campfire where it's just enough warmth for you, and you literally are not sharing with your mate. It's kind of like when you're mad and you try to snatch all the covers, and you don't want to give them no covers. You want them to stay cold because you're mad.
And what happens is you open up the door for another warm body to come through on both sides. So when y'all being cold to each other, another warm body is out there trying to come through. And it's like, I don't understand. Personally, I don't understand why. Like, if y'all be in a relationship, why be cold to each other? Why not make it work? Why not make each other happy? Why don't mess with no other warm body? Because they end up turning cold too. Like, a lot of us don't know how to have a relationship long term because we don't know how to live and get out of winter. We don't know how to live and transform the seasons back to spring, back to summer, even back to fall. That's better than winter when things are still bright and the leaves look good.
Yeah, it's not far enough.
Look at it right.
Oh.
But yeah, that's my message for today. Find
So
a
how
way.
do you suggest someone warm back up? I you suggest give some examples. What are the things that you do to warm me back up when we in winter?
Like I said, I try my hardest to make her happy, even if I'm unhappy.
No,
So,
but what are some ways
I'm about to say. So I think about her. I think about what I know, what she likes, not what she don't like. I think about what she likes. She likes gifts. So I'm buying her teddy bears, flowers. She likes to take baths and stuff. So I might buy her some bath stuff. I might go get her a nice hotel so she can take a nice long bath. And I know what she dislikes. She dislikes clutter, and our condo is kind of cluttery because copper vibrations is massive, and our apartment, our condo is too small. So when we step in the house, you see crisp stone, copper everywhere. Just overflowing with copper vibrations, orders, boxes, Amazon stuff constantly coming. So she's like, so if I could take her out of that and give her a clear space where she can clear her mind and feel relaxed and take a long bath with the right bath salt so she could, or I take her to the beach or certain things. I know her, so I know how to make her happy. Even if I feel like she ain't making me happy. Not to say she's not, but I'm trying to stress that being happy, she happy. It's the same way of you piss them off, so they're about to piss you off. But just do the opposite. Do it on a positive scale. Do it on the happy scale. Do it on the uplifting. So even if she do something that make me upset, I might express it to her, that I ain't like that, yada yada. But I'm still gonna do all I can do to make I want her to do all she can do that make me happy. And it's like that easy to move out of winter. Because when you're in winter, you don't want to be touched. You don't want to be talked to. You don't want to be messed with. It's like, it's cold. Don't talk to me. Don't deal with me. Don't think about me. I ain't thinking about you.
When you're in winter, it hurts to say something to your mate. When your mate has gotten on your last nerve, but you even need them, it might be even, this is how petty it is. You might even need something from them, or you have something that you need, and you can't even talk to them because it hurts too bad. Because you just want to be cold, and you just want to be mad, and you don't even want to try to think about warming it up. What he's saying is, don't even try to do that. Don't try to do that. Always try to make your mate happy. Always try to go out of your way if you have a good mate. Number one, he or she is non-physically abusive. They're non-verbally, psychologically, or sexually, or financially, or spiritually abusive. Because abuse.
Let's talk about the abuse then. Let's talk about abuse.
Okay.
Which one you want to talk about first?
Let's talk about emotional, because I know a lot of women are emotionally abused more than anything else.
I think a lot of men are emotionally abused too.
You think a lot of men are emotionally abused?
Of course.
Boom! CK just dropped the bomb on us. What y'all think about that? Who else watching? Do y'all feel that men are emotionally abused?
Of course.
We just got hit with a bombshell. This is my first time ever hearing that.
I think it's kind of like unmanly to talk about, so therefore we just take it. But when it comes to a strong black woman, I believe that.
You say yes. You believe men are emotionally abused?
I believe this is very controversial to say, but when it comes to a strong black woman, y'all are trained not to hear men talking manly. Like if y'all hear a man talking manly, it hurts y'all ears. It makes y'all say, "Who you think you're talking to?" Just by talking manly. Now, the woman can speak manly. She can say stuff like definite. I'm going to do such and such. That's like masculine. That's like with force, spirit, and power behind the word. If a man say that, and it's like might be opposite of what the woman is thinking, she will a strong woman, not a woman that's
trained
that's being abused, but a strong woman that do for themselves. They got their own place, got their own money, got their own car, got their own job, they got finances.
Yes, she has 3 sons, so she see it a lot.
Yeah, they have. If you have your own, and you hear a man speak with power and force, I'm gonna like, woman, we going to such and such, or woman, she like, I want to say, nah, we don't do it like this. Say it with man and base. So that woman, a strong woman, a lot of times in this society, in this day and age, will rise up and try to put that man.
I mean, like, why you got that bass in your
Who you think you're talking to?
Why you got that bass in your voice? But it is valid. Like, at first, I used to fight against what CK would say when he'd be like, you just don't want to hear me talking like a man. Like, but in my opinion, there's a difference between speaking like a man, because a man does speak assertively. He does speak with definiteness. We, as women, tend to talk like, oh, maybe, or trying,
not no more.
Or, in most cases. But men tend to say, let's go here, or we are going here. And to hear that we are going here, it's like, what? You didn't give me the option? You didn't give me the choice? Like, what you mean we going here?
To be honest, my wife, it was like early in the day, and she said something with force, big, and spirit, like such and such, and she said it like against what I was saying.
When? Today?
No, it wasn't today. It was a while back. But what I did was I recorded it in my mind, how she said it and what she said, and I waited. And then it was a similar situation. I said it with the same big and force, how what she said, and she had to back me down. Like, who you think you're talking to? This? I'm like, I was basically saying what you said earlier, like the other day or whatever. Like, but it's like men nowadays, when you with a strong woman, a woman that do for themselves, y'all are trained not to hear a man talk manly. So when I say men are abused, we are abused by this society to actually have balls. Excuse my language, but it's like we cannot have balls. We can't speak with balls. We can't make moves that's balls, or we will be called. Names will be back down. Will be, it's to the point where it's hard to even speak like a man. Like you gotta be docile just in your speech. I have to speak like, maybe we can come here, maybe we can go there, like what you think, like all of that. That's not manly. I mean, I'm a man, I'm still being a man, but
Well, let's talk about what a man.
I'm not speaking
So
of
let's
big
talk about
energy.
a man, though. A lot of men are confused, and they think going around commanding their woman to do this and do that, and go around commanding and speaking like this. They think that that's being a man. But see, a true man doesn't have to. That's his authority. He commands his authority by the way that he presents himself, and in the way that he carries himself, and the way that he speaks. And a natural woman. I'm not talking about no woman who's lost and who's caught up in the world. I'm talking about a natural woman. Naturally, she seeks to satisfy and please that man instinctively by nature, because God, the creator, the universe, whomever, naturally put it in her to submit. This is why the woman represents the subconscious. This is why she represents what they call it, subservience, because it's in her nature to seek to satisfy and please a man. Now, on the flip side of that coin, God also created man, and I got this from Minister Dr. Abel Muhammad. On the flip side, who she got it from the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, but Honorable Elijah Muhammad, yeah, and Honorable she got it from the Honorable Elijah Muhammad and Louis Farrakhan, Minister Louis Farrakhan. And during this time, she talked about the man not naturally. Men are not naturally made to be concerned for our needs and our cares and to respond to us emotionally. Naturally, they're not created that way. Now, that doesn't mean that they're off the hook from doing that. It just means that they have to train themselves, or they have to train themselves to listen to women with an emotional ear, or to be concerned about the emotional state or the emotional well-being of a woman. What is what?
That's connected.
Yeah. So, based upon this, there's a training that needs to take place on both of our ends. I think today, in the state of black women and black men, there is a certain training, because black men have misused their authority and have become abusive or have become other than self. God also put it in a woman to demand good treatment. So a lot of times that nagging, that getting on the nerves is her fighting because she knows that her nature instinctively wants to please her man. And so instinctively she wants to please her man, and a man who doesn't know himself will come in and take advantage of that. So God also put it inside of her to demand good treatment. Now, I understand, I'm fully aware of what CK is saying, and I do agree after further observation, even with myself, even when watching with other men, it is when men speak with a certain level of and a certain level of command, not demand, because a man doesn't have to demand anything, but he does command a lot of things. And when he speaks with a certain level of command, there's a check in my spirit. And I have to be honest about that. I have to be really sincere about that, because it's instinctively my first mind is to say, who the hell you think you're talking to? You're not talking to me like that. We have been raised.
Yeah,
that is ingrained in us.
You could take a lion out of the jungle, and you could transform this lion into something where you can put your head in the lion's mouth and it won't bite it off, because you trained it, you transformed, you took it out of its natural habitat, and you raised as lions to be docile. The truth is, in America, black men have been made and raised, not by the black woman though, but by America itself, by what we've been through, by how we communicate, what we teach each other to be docile. And also the woman was raised to be manly. Not to say they was raised to be a man, but they was raised to take care of themselves, to handle to handle the bills, handle it all, and not look towards no man or nobody but God for help. So if a man is speaking, the woman like from so long of not having a real man in her presence, not having a strong man in her presence for so long. If a man speak with strength, she looking at that nigga like, nigga, please, who you think you talking to? And it's actually justified. It's real. Yeah, it's real. So I'm not saying it out of a way like I'm mad with the woman. I'm more mad with the brothers because we got to step it up. Like, bruh, at the same time, as we step it up, we also have to do a level of checking. But that's why I say it's a level of abuse.
You have to step it up with wisdom.
Yeah,
because you have to discern the time.
You have to step it up with reality. Like, you literally, if you want to speak with vigor and spirit, then your bank account, then the way you handling the bills, the way you handling the mental weight of a household, of the children, all this got to step up too.
The way you handle the emotional well-being of your woman.
The big problem is you have men who's not doing nothing, and they're speaking like they want some honor and respect. But if you ain't doing nothing, who could honor or respect you? That's when the other abuse come in, because she ain't listening to my words, because my words is holding no water, because I ain't doing nothing. My words, I say something and it means nothing, because I say I handle the bills and the bills don't, and the lights is off. So when I say I won't handle the bills, she like, nigga, please, and she like suck her teeth and roll her eyes. You get mad and you want to beat her up. Why? Because your words is worthless. So you want to try to back it up with some force and power of fist. You want to take it into abuse, or you want to back it up with slander or other words that's going to belittle her. Because you can't say I'm going to pay the bills and pay them. And if you can't say I won't pay the bills, back up, I got this, and she still all extra, pay the bills. And then next time you say I won't pay the bills, back up, I got this, and she all extra, pay the bills. Then say I got the bills, and she all extra, but like, woman, didn't I do it to her? Didn't I already do it? You don't believe in me yet? Like, what's wrong with you? And then she probably have to check herself.
True story.
Yeah, but what I'm trying to say is there is abuse, and abuse is, it's hard for a man to be a man in this society. It's hard for us to get ahead. It's hard for us to get a job that actually pays enough to pay the bills. We the last highest, first fired. It's hard. It's hard, and it's very hard in this society. And on top of that, this society is set up to have multiple income in one house.
If you are a black man, you are watching, it is very difficult. But you are the original man, the maker, the owner, the cream of the planet Earth, God of the universe. You are the multiplier. You need to find a multiplicand and make a product, because that's what gods do. And you cannot call yourself a god. You cannot run around here pumping your chest and beating your chest and commanding anything if you can't produce anything. And that's just the reality of the situation. A woman will always respect a producer. Always. Even if she has to train her mind. It doesn't happen overnight. So if you are a man and you are a producer and you're just expecting this woman who's been trained mentally not to listen to you, not to respect you, and she's been hurt by many people who look like you cannot expect her to just fall in line. You've got to give her some time and give her some evidence. Because faith is the substance of things hoped for, but the evidence of things not seen. So yes, she still needs to have some evidence in order to have some hope Because, though, check this out. Now, check this science, though. But because CK has been a man of his word, he's proven himself to be trustworthy, and he's proven himself to be a good man. That mental condition that I couldn't control before, I now have a level of control over it. And I now can say, hold up, it's not worth it. That explosive anger, that explosive getting outside of myself is not worth me losing the best thing that ever happened to me. And so this comes through work, though. 3.5 years of him making his word bond. And we still got a ways to go before I completely get to the place where I'm just like, okay, CK, I 100% trust you and everything. We ain't there yet, but we've come a long way. A long way. And you can vouch for that when you
said that. We came a long, long way. Like, life is great. Like, where we are now and where we was, I make mental, I make mental checkpoints. Like I could drive by a place where I was like 3, 4, 5, 6, 10 years ago. I could drive by a place I was. And when I was like, yesterday, my car broke down and I'm walking and it started raining. And I could feel the rain hitting me and I'm doing the math on what I gotta do to fix my car. Or my car might just be gone. And then I'm standing. Tell myself one day I'm gonna be on top. And when I'm on top, I want to remember this moment. I want to remember this time right here of me sitting here with nothing, sitting here at the rock bottom. Remember this. Remember when I'm on top. Remember how this felt. Remember this anger. Or remember this life, my journey, my ups, my downs. So when I'm in the trenches, when there's a moment where I could feel it, I take it in and I create a checkpoint. And then I look back at those checkpoints. Literally now, I could look back, and I remember when I was living out of a hotel, a cheap hotel at that, a Motel 6 with my son, which I just took custody of. So I was a single dad living out of a Motel 6 with no vehicle and not that much money. I was basically broke, hustling to pay for hotel rooms. I remember that. I remember where I was. I remember my thoughts, and I knew I was gonna get to a place where I was financially stable. I knew I was going to get to a place where I was looked to and admired and hold in high regard because I knew I was great. Then I just wasn't where I needed to be. So I created a checkpoint so I could remember when I get to where I'm going, I could look back on that day and be like, damn, I came a long way. I touched the bottom and now look at me. I'm going to buy land soon. I want to have a deed. I don't want no bank holding my deed. I want my own deed. I want to literally buy it. I'm not flying. I want to literally buy the land. I lost my driver's license when I was 19. I did a lot of traveling, worked with this group. Lost my license. I did not get my license back to 2000 and was it 15 or 16? 16. To 2016. And I had to go through a lot to get this license back. I had to go to hearings and go to court, pay a whole lot of money. I even did some jail time. And I knew I needed to get the license, so I just put myself on that course to go through it all. But the knot in my stomach. Am I about to go to jail today if they pull me over? Are they about to impound my car?
Black love?
What I'm talking about is the seasons. Let's take it back to the seasons.
Okay.
In the season times where you in a dark place, make a checkpoint, but make a move to the lighter place. Make a move to get suffer from explosive anger disorder. She don't got no explosive anger disorder no more. She got to, also change those words. She control her anger. She could still be explosive, but it has to be justified for her to explode. And everybody should have a justification to get upset. Like getting upset, being, anger is real, but you don't supposed to live in anger. You don't supposed to walk in anger, breathe in anger. If she don't walk in anger, she don't breathe in anger, and she don't live in anger. But it took a time to create that reality. If you living in winter, if you suffer from different things, if you suffer from different things, even if you suffer from it your whole entire life, it don't mean you have to.
No, because you break the covenant with it.
That's
and
right.
you know, with my husband, his track record, his ability to make his word bond gave me the desire for healing. I think I kind of accepted my diagnoses until I recognized that, hey, I have a good man in front of me. I don't want to jeopardize it, being violent, putting my hands on nobody, being extra, hollering and screaming at the top of my lungs and trying to cuss people out and call them all kinds of names. Like, that is not going to serve me. That's not going to help me in this journey. I'm on a journey, a path of healing. So if I'm on a path of healing, not only do I need to take what he's doing as evidence, but I need to do the personal, individual work, and I need to break that covenant. A lot of us have made covenants or accepted certain agreements that people have given over our life, be it a psychiatrist, be it a doctor concerning your health, be it, you know, a pastor, be it a spiritual advisor, be it a friend, a coworker, whatever a person said, you are this, and this is what you suffer from, or this is what you have. And many of us have accepted that, and we've made agreements and covenants with that as we move forward with our life. But I want you to decide today, after watching this video, I want you to go, really sit down and process. Find 3 things, because we like to do things in small numbers, because when you try to do too much, you become overwhelmed. Got a piece of paper. Once we get off this live, I need y'all commitment, because I always tell y'all, you're going to get this work. We're going to talk, but you also going to get this work. Write down 3 things that you've made a covenant with that's not good for your path of healing right now. And I want you to make a commitment to breaking covenants with those things. And if you need help or you have questions or whatever, feel free to inbox me. So you can inbox me on things like that when you're doing the work. But I just don't want to hear your bad stories. I just don't want to hear your sad songs, because that's low vibration. And I'm trying to move higher in vibration, so I just don't want to hear sad songs. But I do want to hear about your situation if you're doing the work. And I can offer some guidance based upon my knowledge of how to help you in that situation.
Yeah, what she said. We do need to work on moving out of winter. If you find yourself in winter, even if you find yourself in fall, move your way back to summer, move your way back to spring. And there's actually a decision you have to make. Make a checkpoint where you at. Sit down and have a real conversation with your mate. Like, look, we in winter, we cold. Like, you cold, I'm cold. What could I do? Say, what could I do to make you happy? What could I do to give you summer, to give you spring? What can I do to make your heart flutter? What can I do? What can you do? Because that's what you got power over. A lot of times we be upset with a person and they don't even know why. And we never really explain to them what they did wrong. And a lot of times we want them to be mind readers. Like, we want them, they should have known better. But really, like, if you want to be happy, be happy. Make it happy. And that's it. I really appreciate y'all watching us. I appreciate y'all coming through.
I do. I appreciate you all. We love you. Make sure you like, subscribe, and comment at the bottom of this video. Let us know how you feel. If you have some topics you would like us to discuss, then please message us, inbox us, drop it in the comments. We'll be more than happy to discuss. Come on, make this interactive. We don't want to just be talking at y'all, because we can talk amongst ourselves, but I like to talk to people. Love you too so much, Gina. Thank you, peace.
Peace.
To the next episode of The Face of Black Love. Enjoy, be black love, live black love, and work out your black love on purpose.
Make it to spring.
Yes, make it to spring. I don't know how to get off.